So once you have decided that you want to be an investor and you have understood the concept of fundamental analysis, then what you need is to learn how to read and understand and analyze the financial statements. Now, we have already discussed that these are the three financial statements which you need to learn and do some ratio analysis. So, the point is that if you want to learn how to read, understand, and analyze the financial statements, then what should you learn and in what sequence should you learn? Because if you learn things in a random manner without a proper sequence, then you might get more confused. Rather than learning something, you will get confused. Therefore, I would recommend that you should first try and learn the balance sheet. Learn how to analyze the balance sheet. And that too, you should learn in this order which I have given, the sequence. First, try and understand what are assets, liabilities, and how they are balanced. Then, what is the owner's money and why is owner's money also a liability? Then, what all is contained in a balance sheet, a snapshot of the balance sheet you must get familiar with. Then, try and understand what is the share capital, what is the debt equity ratio, and what is the significance of debt equity ratio. Then the significance of retained earnings. What is retained earnings? What is reserves and surplus? And what is their significance? Then try and understand the current assets, current liabilities, working capital cycle. All these things are important for a broader perspective. Then you should know how to look at the balance sheet and what to look for in a balance sheet. Another important aspect. Then there is something which is known as a golden rule about a balance sheet. What is that golden rule which every balance sheet must follow? And what will happen if a balance sheet does not follow that golden rule? And having learned all that, then you should learn how to analyze the balance sheet. Once you are done with the balance sheet, then you should look at the profit and loss statement. Get yourself properly introduced to the profit and loss statement, also called as the income statement. Try and understand what is the top line, what is the bottom line, what are the incomes and expenditures explained there, then what is EBIT, what is interest, what is tax. Try and understand the psychological aspects of the top line and bottom line. This is very important. Then try and understand how the net profit is calculated. And then towards the end, try and understand and analyze that balance sheet or analyze that profit and loss statement which you have looked at. And then after you have understood the profit and loss statement and also the balance sheet, then have a look at the cash flow statement. As I have told you earlier, the cash flow statement will tell you where the cash is coming from and where it is going, whether it is being judiciously utilized or not. In the cash flow statement, you will first learn about the operating activities. What is that? What is the significance? Then the investing activities, then the financing activities. What is the significance of these two activities? How do you read them for the future? Then what are the cash from any other activities? And what is the net cash flow? Whether the cash is coming into the company or going out of the company. You need to analyze all that and what effect it will have in the future. Once you are done with understanding and analyzing the balance sheet, profit and loss statement, and the cash flow statement, then you may have to do some ratio analysis. When you are learning the ratios, try to learn what is face value, what is book value, what is the market price of a share, what causes the market price to fluctuate, then the earning per share, the price earning ratio, debt equity ratio, the return on equity, the price to book value ratio, the current ratio, and certain other things you may learn. All this, once you understand and then you analyze, you will be able to select good shares for the long term investment. Now, all these things which I have told you about the balance sheet, profit and loss statement, cash flow statement, and the ratios, All these things you can learn from a good book. You can also search for them on the internet, on the YouTube. You may find good lessons on that. But all that may take time, and it is important that you look at them in a proper, organized, sequential form. So, if you are short of time and if you want to have all these things in an organized manner, in a structured manner, then might as well look for a good course on Udemy. And if you are looking for a good course on Udemy, this is one of them, one of my courses, which is titled Fundamental Analysis Understanding the Financial Statements. Again, this is a 6.5 hours long course with 46 lessons, and I keep updating them. At the moment when I'm recording this, it is one among the highest rated course, but don't go by that rating. You have to look for the reviews and rating, the current rating, at the time when you want to enroll. And if you find it suitable after seeing some free preview lessons, then you may enroll for that. Alright? In the next lesson, now we shall try and understand as to what you should do if you decide to become a trader. Alright?